The Itacoatiara Pro marks the third Grand Slam on the APB's World Tour for 2017. The beach that lends its name to the event is located in Niterói, a municipality of Rio de Janeiro. Wedged between two rocky headlands, it faces the city from across Guanabara Bay. Those two headlands are responsible for the hollow, wedgy beach breaks that Itacoatiara regularly produces. Located on the doorstep to the city means big crowds, and combined with the natural backdrop, it creates a visually stunning event. As a Grand Slam, the Itacoatiara Pro is worth 5,000 World Tour points, the equal highest of any on tour. With only 4 Grand Slams, a win at one of these events goes a long way to claiming a world title. And with a couple of the biggest names out of the event, it gave some lesser-known riders a chance to stake their claim. Round 1 is divided into 12 heats that feature 3 riders each. First place in each heat progresses straight to round 3, while second and third are reseeded into round 2. The first day of competition was held in the biggest swell of the event window. Not perfectly clean, it produced heavy beach break conditions with some unmakeable waves, but a lot of big sections and a few throaty barrels. It didn't take long for the event's first perfect score when South African Tristan Roberts launched an almighty air reverse.
Now let's take a look at this. As he comes in, Tristan Roberts, huge air reverse. Wowzers.
The size and critical nature of the section meant that when he emerged from the whitewater, it could only be a 10-point ride. While he couldn't match that single wave score, his fellow South African Jared Houston definitely matched his overall performance.
Look at this, Jared Houston live action coming around that section. Look at this lip forming, nice big in for full extension.
Huge.
That was incredible. Nice clean extended air right there from Jared Houston.
The 2016 world champion was fresh off a win in the previous event in Tahiti, which was his first event back from a long layoff with injury. Hawaiian Jacob Romero stomped a slick backflip as he proceeded directly to round 3. While Dino Camo chased one section too many.
And here we have up and riding rider in yellow, Dino Carmo pulling some tube time.
And
now
another
trying
one.
to backdoor that next section, but then it clamps down on him. Because that one just got all kinds of ugly.
Amory Laverne is another of the event favourites and produced a round 1 performance to justify his billing.
Let's take a look at Moz now. Nice size, big peak.
Nice clean bottom turn, and there it is. That's what he was waiting for right there. Really close to the rock.
The defending champion is Spain's Alex Uranga, and he made a strong start to his title defence. One of the local favourites, Uri Valadeo, then produced the second 10-point ride to close out round 1.
Wow, it looks like Uri Valadao dropping a 10-point ride on his opening wave. Talk about starting off a heat with a bang.
Uri Valadao has already found himself an incredible ride early on in the start of this matchup.
Despite the wild conditions, there was still plenty of swell at hand, so the contest director moved straight into round 2 and the first elimination heats. Australian Louis Finnegan found a clean exit from the barrel and round 2, while Ian Campbell also avoided a last place finish.
Flips it out, gets it around clean, and will ride out.
But not so for one of the crowd favourites, Brazilian legend Guilherme Tamaga. The 6-time world champion was eliminated by Frenchman Laurie Grenier.
Laurie with his opportunity.
Despite not riding out, local Dudu Pedra provided one of the highlights of round 2.
Dudu lining this one up, driving on the right-hander. Eyes on the section. Huge invert!
Itacoatiara is a beach located in Rio de Janeiro, Niterói. It's a beautiful place. Born and raised here. All my family have a history here. My grandfather was one of the first men to live in Itacoatiara, and it's a perfect place for me when I'm traveling around the world. I miss Itacoatiara. The wave is in my opinion, it's perfect to bodyboard. It's a power wedge when the direction is southwest. The waves break behind the rocks and the pump, the right place in the beach, and we did a perfect wedge.
Round 3 kicked off in smaller conditions, which proved a challenge for riders. Flying the flag in the absence of his brother Jeff, Dave Hubbard jagged one of the rare barrels to secure his heat win and continue his solid form. With barrels so scarce, surfers chased corners and ramps that offered the best scoring potential.
Throws a big air roll spin.
Diego Cabrera eliminated one of the last remaining Brazilians in Ida Luciano, before Ian Campbell booked his place into round 4 with some technical above-the-lip surfing.
Wait a second, that was insane.
And the waves they're really powerful, and I kind of enjoy this wave and been here for 5 years now, so yeah, I just love coming back.
Wildcard Kalani Latanzi was the sole remaining Brazilian when he paddled out for his round 3 heat against Amory Laverne. Despite a strong start, he couldn't match Laverne's performance level, and the last Brazilian was eliminated from the event.
And finds the exit. Meanwhile, Amory Laverne continued to do work.
So I was watching for a while, the heats before, to see where the guys were catching the best waves. And I found my option at the beginning, and then yeah, just to sit at the right place and to control the spot where you're going to sit. This is the most important thing today, I think.
At each stop on the World Tour, the APB promotes social projects that give back to the communities that host them.
What are we going to do today?
Gonna take some kids boogie boarding.
In Brazil, the world's best riders gathered to take some kids from the local schools for a lesson at the beach.
Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to the Itacoatiara Pro 2017. And along with APB, we are promoting the social project day with the kids from the municipal schools, and they are having a great time with the best of the world. Let's enjoy it.
So stoked to be down here. Yeah, these kids from the favela just like getting so amped. I mean, you can see the waves are literally lapping on the shore, and these guys are just loving every minute of it. It's so sick to see.
Heat 1 pitted Hawaiians Dave Hubbard and Tanner McDaniel and Antonio Cardoso. Heat 2 sees South Africans Jared Houston and Tristan Roberts take on Dino Camo, while Heats 3 and 4 feature world title contenders Alex Urunga, Ian Campbell and Maxime Castillo. Round 4 is also non-elimination and features 3-man heats, with the winner progressing straight to the quarterfinals and the other 2 riders contesting round 5. The first heat featured 2 Hawaiians, and it was the young protege Tanner McDaniel who upstaged Dave Hubbard and Antonio Cardoso.
Here we have Tanner once again flips it and gets it around.
I was just catching a lot of waves and trying to stay busy. That's kind of been that's what I've been doing, trying to do every heat now, so it seems to be working. And yeah, stoked. Dave and Antonio. I surf with Dave all the time back home, and he's one of the guys I've looked up to since I was a kid, so it's always cool to have him in a heat.
Going off history and current form, Heat 2 is expected to be a battle between South Africans Jared Houston and Tristan Roberts.
Jared Houston flipping it out.
And that's exactly how things started.
Here he is up again.
And he's taking full advantage of that priority right there.
To see who can take that top spot and advance, really flipping out in the lineup.
Any one of these competitors can do that. I mean, they're all within striking distance. And again, only looking for that first place spot to go straight into the quarterfinals. Oh man, the pressure.
But Portugal's Dino Carmo found himself on the best waves and stomped his manoeuvres to clinch the win with a 15-point heat total. Heat 3 marked Diego Cabrera's first appearance in round 4, and he faced formidable opposition.
He's not done yet. He finds another little cover-up and then ends that way with a roll. He's not done yet, and another roll. That's what he needed.
Defending champion Alex Uranga put together a solid score as he found some sections and completed cleanly.
Alex Uranga with a giant flip right there at the end of that wave right there. The one and only, the defending Itacoatiara Pro champion from 2016. Oh, up and riding, Alex Uranga.
Well, he's got a lot of speed, smoothly transitions the bottom turn mid-face.
But they were both upstaged by the form rider of the day, Ian Campbell. His technical brilliance was again on display as he opened with a barrel that he rode through to a finishing move
during this event.
Oh my God, and what has gotten into Ian Campbell?
Whoa. Now Ian Campbell's getting barreled all of a sudden, and he's doing Rolos. He's not done yet. He's eyeing up the section. There's the air reverse. That was the one missing move.
Before he launched a solid invert on one of the afternoon's biggest set waves.
Big maneuver off that end section.
The final heat of round 4, and for the day, was led for the most part by Frenchman Maxime Castillo.
Castillo attacking this one, Steve.
Maxime up and riding, rolls out of it as it pitches over and shuts down.
Louis Finnegan had made a habit of stealing heats in the dying minutes and began to work his way into the heat.
Louis Finnegan up and riding live action. Throwing the flip, nice and clean. Let's take a look at Louis Finnegan. Louis getting a nice barrel.
But you can never sleep on Amory Laverne, and the former world champ scooped the wave that mattered in the dying minutes to steal the heat and propel himself straight into the quarterfinals.
Amory Laverne on a nice looking left-hander. Heavy section, rolls it out. Critical maneuvering there from Maz.
As the sun set on another day of the 2017 Itacoatiara Pro, Brazil was left riderless, and South Africa had reason again to celebrate the performance of their riders on the international stage. While the crowds on the beach were thin, competitors enjoyed 3 feet of swell and clean wins for the start of round 5. Tristan Roberts had been the most electric surfer of the event, but his run was ended by Dave Hubbard, who put together a diverse 2-wave display to move into the finals.
Dub stalling, trying to find some cover up, and he comes out in another section.
Oh, it was a very challenging heat. It's up against Tristan Roberts, super awesome rider. I finally got one on him, but you know, he definitely has like a 4-1 record on me.
Antonio Cardoso then became the latest casualty in Jared Houston's impressive return from injury. After missing the end of 2016 and the opening event of this season, he had won the Teahupo'o Challenge and was into the finals of Brazil.
A clean wave, goes for an invert and pulls it off perfectly.
You know, I was just lucky that I ended up getting the best wave of the heat. and I had to make use of it, but it was a really nice peaky right-hander, clean face, and was able to do a nice invert. So that was really the one that made the difference, It was a pretty tight heat up until that point. So really happy to get into the quarterfinals and keep going. Today, I think that the waves are pretty quick. We're gonna have to have quick reaction times and just wait for those really nice ones that allow you a bit of time in the face. So we could see some cool stuff, but I'm just gonna try and react to what the wave throws at me.
Heat 3 of round 5 was a closer battle, with Spain's Alex Uranga being eliminated by Australia's Louis Finnegan, who managed to find a decent barrel amongst the predominant shore break closeouts to eliminate the defending champion from the event. Maxime Castillo and Diego Cabrera traded shots throughout their heat.
Maxime Castillo, will he make it an all-French quarterfinal 4? Coming out of that nice clean barrel and a nice reverse. Oh my goodness, that is what he was waiting for.
Diego Cabrera first up riding. Nice big roll there.
But look at this. L and an ARS on the inside for Maxime Castillo.
Castillo had a final shot to take the lead, and riders waited until well after the heat to learn that it was Cabrera who would be serving his first ever finals heat. Quarterfinal number 1 is an all-Hawaiian affair, while ratings leader Jared Houston takes on Dino Carmo in Heat 2. Ian Campbell takes on Louis Finnegan in Heat 3, while the two surfers from Reunion Island are matched up in Heat 4. After facing off in round 4, Hawaii's Tanner McDaniel and Dave Hubbard were again drawn together in quarterfinal number 1.
Gets it around clean, and he's going to combo with the roll on the inside.
Hubbard dropping in on this beautiful drone angle, slides under the pocket, gets barrel, and he comes out of that. Look at this section, goes for a nice extended roll. David Hubbard, amazing.
But where McDaniel took the victory earlier in the day, it was the more experienced Hubbard who won the heat that counted. The next heat drew current world number 1 Jared Houston against Dino Carmo.
Drop it in the red jersey from Portugal. Finds the barrel. Can he come out of that? Draws a high line. He does come out of that first section. Another section. Will that stay open? He ends it with a roll before it shuts down. Can he get out in front of it? He's going to do everything he can. And he does. Look at that. He is stoked.
And the Portuguese produced a major upset to eliminate Houston. Carmo found a long barrel that he backed up with a clean air. Meanwhile, Ian Campbell continued his good form, defeating Louis Finnegan, who put up a solid display despite battling illness that had seen him hospitalised before the event. But Campbell's technical superiority won through. The quarters then closed the way it opened, with a massive upset. Diego Cabrera put in the performance of the event to defeat multiple world champion Amory Laverne in one of the highest scoring heats. Laverne was in control from the start, but Cabrera battled back and eventually scored a long barrel to stake an emotional victory.
It's a special day for me. Beat Amory, such a fighter, such a good rider, such a machine. He's a Superman. But we have a battle. We have a battle like many years ago. He beat me in Pipeline in the final, so I have been waiting for this moment for a while. So I'm so stoked now. I just talked what I had to talk with him in the beach, so now it's all forgot. Now I have to think in the next.
Both semi-finals were a battle between the World Tour elites and a pair of underdogs. Dave Hubbard and Ian Campbell boast World Tour victories and are consistently among the top performers on tour, while Dino Carmo and Diego Cabrera were searching for their first ever appearance in a final. The first semi-final was a slow burner compared to the last heat, as both Dave Hubbard and Dino Carmo struggled to post big scores. That was until Carmo locked into a barrel that he exited with a hit off the end section.
Dino Carmo with a barrel, punches the roll through the end section, and wow.
Oh, Dino Carmo is on a roll. A Dino Carmo, Diego Cabrera final.
Semi-final number 2 was a nail-biter. Diego Cabrera and Ian Campbell traded waves throughout the 25 minutes, with neither rider taking full control.
Goes for a big backflip right there, and he will pull it off. That's what he needed.
Diego held a slender lead late in the heat when Ian launched a backflip, but the wave was deemed to have been taken after the buzzer and Ian was eliminated. That left Cabrera to face Dino Carmo in the final.
We'll see which one of these guys walks away with the trophy.
It would be a first World Tour victory regardless of which rider won the final. For Diego Cabrera and Dino Carmo, it was also the first time the two had faced each other all event.
Here we have Diego Cabrera up and riding, cranks off the bottom, throws out the ARS, and will duck out.
Cabrera produced a display that spoke of a determination that made this more than just an anomaly. Carmo kept pushing all throughout the final. But it was Cabrera's event, and the final buzzer brought emotional scenes not often witnessed.
See, it's starting to set in. Final countdown.
Oh my goodness.
Head in hands, and there it is, the final horn. Diego Cabrera is your 2017 Itacoatiara Pro Champion. And wow, you can see the body language, the emotion, overwhelming. Diego, congratulations.
I came very prepared to this competition in Itacoatiara. Like, I have been very focused since 3 or 4 months ago, and yeah, I came here very confident of my possibilities to win. So I came very focused. I have been training here more than any other guy. You know, I think I wanted this trophy more than any other, and that's why I got it. So my first big win on this present time. So yeah, I felt amazing. You know, it's the best feeling ever when you beat every single guys. You know, every single rivals you have. You beat anyone. My mental preparation and my physical preparation now is nothing like before. So I work 10 hours per day. I work more than any other person now. This is my only thing in my life. My only objective in my life is this: train, compete, surf, be better than the others, or be in the line for compete with them. It's the only thing I want, compete with them. If I win, if I lose, but I want to compete with them, be in the same level. And this is what I'm looking for. I prepare now much more than before, and for sure I'm gonna be a great job there in Arica. The wave is perfect for me, for my condition surfing, and I'm stoked to get there, very stoked.
This is how the World Tour leaderboard looks following the Itacoatiara Pro, as Jared Houston retains his #1 ranking, while Diego Cabrera's victory catapulted him into 3rd place. The tour now moves to the second stop on the South American leg and the Arica Chilean Challenge. We'll see you there.